first. So we've already got a full lobby. I'll show you guys the leaderboard, top 10, ranging from 26 to 50 points. And Central Europe, we see in this current lobby. All of the other are a little bit below that. And you can always look at the power rankings in the Discord. That shifted a little bit due to the first week. And of course, two of my favorite people in the community, Zidono and Midas Storm, both in one lobby. I'm so happy to kick this group off with these guys. Happy to see you guys here. Now for the first game this week, as always, we will have a 70% game with progressive cards. The second game will be fixed 70%, and the third game will be progressive World Dom. As always, that will stay that way until the actual finals in a couple of weeks. Hey, Orion, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello. Midas, if you're watching the stream, that would not be allowed. Of course, you can always say hello before the game and after the game, but not have it open during the game. But good luck to all of our players. Progressive 70% on Europe Advance. One of the fan favorite maps. We have played these settings before in the qualifiers, as all the other settings this round. Las Vegas, Nevada, fixed 70%. And Brazil Advanced World Domination have already been shown in the World Cup. But now all the teams that haven't seen any qualifying games will also be able to enjoy them. We have a full 6-player lobby. That definitely wasn't always the case with the qualifiers. Full 6-player lobby would be very interesting here. Now Turkey in second position gets their bonus first turn already, and South Africa in first position claims the North African bonus here. Now we see a claim for Italy probably from General Slack Jopling as purple. And let's see, we need to fix the the black player playing as yellow. All right, that's updated. As of course, thank you SMG for making the two most basic use white and black a premium feature for some reason. All right. Terrific play from the English team here. Going for the generic Alps +4. And claiming Italy for next turn. That is such a strong play. I wonder how Northwest Asia responds to that. Because now they don't have a turn 2 bonus. I already thought they should have gone for the Italy play first turn, but they didn't. All right. Now, beautiful play by Julius Belay, Central Europe. Going for the British Empire bonus. And that is a bunch of troops in Iceland. I wonder if that's just going to take or also break. And it does break! We already have a war between two players. Now, of course, with a couple of people holding a +4 already, breaking one player is usually not the move. How many games? So for tonight, there will be one game. And then later today, there will be more broadcasts, and that would also immediately be more games in a row, I believe. But I'm not broadcasting those. That's just in a couple of hours. I can actually look at the schedule. So this is the first game. Oh no, there's actually one other game today. That would be in about 5 hours from now, hosted and broadcast by our own Mitch. All right, so I'm very, very, very interested to see how our Central European player responds to this, because their game is practically over. Right, there is with 2 people holding a bonus, now 3 people holding a bonus. Ah, that was a strong play, honestly. And they do try to take the bonus. I mean, they should have claimed it turn 1, or maybe even taken it turn 1. So that was a little weird. Now, if you're England, that should have been a little bit expected, and you hold your bonus. So that shouldn't start a war. That was an actual try for a peaceful play there. But otherwise, purple doesn't get any bonus. I need to remember which country that is. That would be the Northwestern Asian player. Oh. All right. So England now claims the the Western Asia bonus. I think Germany or Central Europe would have been stronger. Oh, okay. Wow, a 2v1 Central Europe gets a bonus. And another 2v1 gets a second bonus, but I don't believe that second one holds. And they're rolling their stuff out in Western Asia that is very strong. Now, since they have established a positive relationship and they're next to each other in Denmark, Alps, and Germany, that's going to be a very strong alliance if White doesn't get actually smacked for some reason. All right, so Central Europe, the Central European bonus. Now, another couple of 5s there. They do get broken in the second bonus. I believe that could turn out to be a take, but it's not a take. All right, do they defend Iceland here? That is a defense on Iceland. All right, South Africa, Midas Storm. Takes a second bonus, so North Africa and Scandinavia. So very interesting to see how basically all the players now have separate positions, except for a couple probably. So you see the separation North and South by the South African player, central position and a southern position for England, a central position and a western position for Turkey. And let's see what else we encounter. Now, Northwestern Asia will take their Italy bonus and probably be good neighbor with England as well. That is well played. Now, since they've all established it's going to be good neighbor, I think England can completely focus on the West Africa bonus. 13 should be enough. I think they might lose their exteriors in the Orient. Orient might also be a trading zone. And my guess is that that Central Europe is going for the Eastern Europe bonus next turn. It's going to be a pathing, and it's going to be quite expensive. And I don't think they'll get it next turn. Maybe if they get amazing dice, I don't think so. But they'll start with +9. This is a line. Yeah, this is a line for the bonus. If they get perfect dice, they might be able to take it 4v2. And they do get absolutely perfect dice, start to finish. Beautiful play by Central Europe. The fact they didn't smack Hungary here. That's Hungary, yeah. Hungary for Eastern Europe. That is absolutely beautiful. How they've recovered from that. But do they get broken now by Eastern Europe again? Eastern Europe has acquired their specific target for some reason. They do get a second bonus. Maybe they just thought it was too much. But it's so aggressive specifically against one player, while someone else, so South Africa has a +11 this turn. Turkey has 2 +4s and a bunch of territory. Now, Northwestern Asia only holds one bonus, so that's not that much. But England, for example, holds a +4 and a +6, and 19% of the board. Right, so why the focus on that one player specifically? Maybe it could be that the white player is Central Europe is 5th in position, and Eastern Europe is 6th in position. That could be a thought process here. Or they just think that the +13 is too much. But if someone else is getting a +10, you're getting a plus, what's that, +8? Or no, +5. Yeah, I mean, that's only a +5. That's okay. That's understandable, sort of. But so you can't focus that hard on one player. Beautiful. Now, Northwestern Asia wants a second bonus in Orient. But where's going to be the trading zone? Is France going to be the trading zone? That would be wild. Look, there's red material, white material, yellow material, green material, purple material. Everyone's here. Everyone is in France. Can France be the actual trading zone? Oh, that would be wonderful. Of all the places where you could trade. I mean, I could see Russia, I could see Orient, but if France is going to be the trading zone, that is just amazing. For the viewers, 70% without any blizzards on this map will be 59 territories. So keep that in mind, because this is a very open map, and there's also stable portals, so even more open. There's so many routes to run the 70. I'm kind of expecting a 70 run after a kill. So someone probably gets a bounty first, followed by the 70%. So now, an interesting move might be removing Eastern Europe from that side of the board, because they have shown so much aggression. They don't remove them completely, but that one needs to make a pretty long... All right, a pretty long detour to actually break, and they don't. They only stack in the noob corner. Do they keep their 8 there? No, the 8 goes back. All right, so they allow a trading zone in France there. Now looking at the troop totals, pretty large troop disparity between the players that already held bonuses and the players that didn't, or didn't get big bonuses. All right, so South Africa now 43. There are still behind Turkey, which is gonna be on... Wow, that is a break. That is a break on the Central European team, but they do break the smaller bonus. They keep the +8. And I mean, looking at South Africa, they are on +6. So the North African bonus and the Scandinavian bonus are both +3s. So that is a +6 in total. So even after that break, Central Europe is still on a +8, which is more than South Africa is generating with bonuses. But they keep the 11 in Denmark. All right, so England starts with 15 extra troops. And we see a skip. Or did we see that earlier? By Northwestern Asia. I mean, I think the structure of the game in the first 2 trading sequences will resemble Prague World Dom. But of course, before the Prague World Dom actually finishes, someone will get the 70%. But the structure is kind of the same on this map with these bonuses and stuff. I think in the second trading sequence, someone with a bunch of bonuses could go for someone with not a bunch of bonuses. Do we see... All right, no break. But they do remove Eastern Europe from that side of the board completely. And the stack goes on the Rhine. Does that 11 break Eastern Europe through the portal? The Eastern Europe team coming back into Eastern Europe? No, they take a card in Paris. And they keep a 1 on Scotland, expecting not to be broken. And I don't think they will get broken, honestly. Hey, Zycon, welcome in. Come on, England. I think they're doing very well. I think my favorite for the win in this round, or in this game, sorry, would be the English team. Now, 59 territories, so 58 troops will never be enough to actually run it. Turkey will get +8 plus their territories plus their trade, which is a +6, of course. Yeah, so they'll be on 77 or 79 troops. The 11 is open through the 4. It can go west. The 5 can take a bunch of stuff in Russia. The 21, for the 4 can go here too. The 21 has openings here. It can go through the 5, but it's even easier to go through the... I mean, maybe that's tough. Maybe go through the 2, 1, 5, and then a bunch of 1s. Because then you at least get those, right? Turkey and England are very well set up. Like, for England, this 5 can do a bunch of things here. The 16 has a portal, so it can go into Italy, it can go into Eastern Europe. This 10 has a bunch of 1s to hit. The 6 can even go into here through the 2s, and the 4 has a position to take all of this. Like, if you start in, either start in Iraq or Arabia, and then go around through Egypt, north, you can do a lot of damage. And England starts with a base of +15, and then they get their trade. Now, I wonder if we're going to see a trade here. But with the board being open, +67, and now there's also a +2 in Hungary, and that is very strong. They're over the limit by about 20 troops. So they've got a shot if they run quickly. But they would have to run it perfectly. I mean, there's always the possibility that if they don't run it now, since the board is so open, the win goes to the first one that can run it. And I think that would be Turkey. Yeah, turns more than halfway over, only 30 seconds left. This is not a run. Do they even get a card? Do they even get a card? I think there would definitely be have to be some troops on the 5 in Burgundy to make sure that this 40 goes through this portal and not through this territory. It might also be... Oh, yeah, I mean, that is also pretty likely, honestly. Riedel, I agree with that. Because of that skip that Northwestern Asia did, we might see Turkey going for the 70 after they kill Northwestern Asia. And that is the game for Eastern Europe. Central Europe gets their revenge and also gets a trade. And 3 points on the board. I have 69 troops, dabs in the chat. But, I mean... the game should be over this turn, absolutely. All right. Is this... I'm not sure what this is. Is this a kill attempt? The 29 does nothing. Was that a kill attempt on purple? I mean, they did trade in. Oh! Not entirely sure what that was supposed to be, but that is very rough. This is a free bounty and a win for Turkey. They might even consider going for a second bounty now. They do trade in before. Yeah, they can get 2 kills and the 70. If they path it right, so they don't hit the 70 before they actually do it, they might kill they might kill 2 people in the 70. And they might even go so far as to bounty max this whole game. Right? If you want the most points, you don't just run it now. You run, let's see. So 34, they have to path exactly through white. Path exactly through Central Europe. Right, the 5-5. Because if they hit 1 or 2 more, they will get the 70. But they can get the kill and another trade-in. If they path it exactly through Central Europe, they don't. Maybe they kill South Africa into the 70. I mean, they will still get the points if they win that turn. Oh, come on, Turkey. Make the turn, make the turn. Ooh, nah, they just run the 70. I mean, they're definitely going to get the 70, but they don't get another bounty. So you could say that's a misplay. It's definitely a missed opportunity, but not per se a misplay, because a win is a win, guys. A win is a win. And that will be the 70% for Turkey. Turkey already had a good line for the win, but now that play by South Africa made it even easier. And we end... yeah, there are the scores. Turkey on 18 points. Central Europe on 3 points, with the bounty on Eastern Europe as a revenge play. Maybe it wasn't completely a revenge play. I mean, they did get 3 bounty points, but they had no way to win that game at that point. Absolutely not. All right. So that was the first game. And the first game of round 2. So happy to have you all here. Last round ended very interestingly with so many different styles of play, so many different crazy happenings in the third game. Honestly, that third game was wild in the variety of play styles that we got. That was so weird. But I do love it. I do love it. This second round, we've seen the settings in the World Cup before. All of them, game 1, 2, and 3, happen in the qualifiers. So we'll be less surprised by what kind of plays we'll see. But I mean, we might see some crazy moves again. All right, so I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank all the participants for showing up. It's so lovely to have barely any no-shows. And I mean, we got 6 players here in a 6-player lobby. Beautiful, beautiful play. And of course, thanks to Mitch for organizing the World Cup. Always appreciate it. And everybody hanging out on Twitch. Always glad to have you. And everybody watching on YouTube, thank you too. And we'll see you all in the next one. All right, let's see. What were you guys saying? Why the slam? Yeah. Yeah, even the 70% wouldn't have worked after that slam. So that was just rough. That was very rough. But I mean, Turkey got it. Also, Clive, since you're here, I mean, I don't know if you were in the call. And I guess Ananias is probably here. But there was an opportunity to put all the troops in a line to kill Central Europe. Turkey had 34%, Central Europe 34%. You can go for the kill and even trade in with the 5 cards. Like that didn't even matter, because you would have had the 70% like 1 or 2 territories after. But you get the extra 3 points for that. That's worth something at least.